Since a lot of guys have to be up here by 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure guys probably fall asleep about 9:30, 10 o'clock, which would give you about 8 hours of sleep.
In your experience of going from a really big game to a one that is not as high profile, how do you handle guarding against any sort of letdown or starting the game flat?
Definitely starts in practice. That Monday coming after a big win, you have to make sure that your team is ready to work again. I mean, it's only the third game of the year. You have to be prepared for anything that comes at you. So, with that being said, we've had a good week of practice, and I think we should start off pretty fast this weekend.
And you have started flat, though, in some of these games. Do you realize it, and how do you snap out of it?
Yeah, of course you do realize it, but for the most part, it's just building that rhythm. A lot of times we get a 3 and out and it's done. And then once we get to the sideline, we talk about it and learn from it and then move on. And once we get that rhythm going, you get that first 5 yard, it really helps our offense and helps us team.
You guys targeted Byron Marshall the first play of each drive for 4 straight times to start the game last week. How important is it to get him the ball early for the offense?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. We have to find ways to get that guy the ball. He's going to make huge plays. It's the same way with any of these guys. But with that being said, we have to complete passes. We have to get 5-yard gains on first down just to kind of build some short yardage situations and build rhythm for us.
You and Devin hooked up with a couple.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You and Devin hooked up with a couple deep balls before. You feel like he's kind of your go-to guy and deep threat in terms of downfield?
Any of those guys can. Devin was just kind of the recipient a little bit this past week, and each of those receivers outside have that explosive ability, and if we need that, we'll call upon it. So we'll see. I mean, it's all up to the game plan and how things kind of fit during the game.
Do you find yourself using a little bit less of the playbook against a team like Wyoming than you would against a team like Michigan State?
Not at all. We like to open up our playbook because that forces other teams to prepare for more as well. So it works both ways. There's no reason to cut our playbook down for this team.
Marcus, did you ever play as the holder? Were you ever the holder for field goals and extra points when you were in school?
I was not here, and I wasn't at all ever my entire career.
30.
Wondering,
no, yeah, I was.
A lot of quarterbacks do.
Yeah.
And you have a good holder and you have a good long snapper, so I'm doing something on them, and I just wondered what you.
No, yeah, I mean, especially in our special teams, to have somebody at that holder position that knows what they're doing, is capable of making plays, that's huge.
38 to 46 points scored by underclassmen last week.
Really,
how much have those guys improved just in 2 games? I mean, especially the freshmen.
Yeah, I mean, it's tremendous. They've grown so much, and they're continuing to grow. Their biggest thing is they learn a lot about themselves during practice. You make mistakes in practice and they learn from it. And for us, to see that happen during practice and then for them to learn it builds confidence within our team that we can trust those guys.
Tight ends had kind of a quiet game last week against Michigan State. Do you think that Wyoming's defense gives you the kind of look that they have a chance to get out in space and throw the ball to them a little more this week?
We'll see. Our tight end position is huge in our offense in terms of our blocking schemes and also in our pass game. So we'll see. All those tight ends are very capable of making big plays, and if the opportunity is there, I'm sure they'll make it.